Welcome back. The Child Tax Credit in the American Rescue Plan provides the largest historic relief to working families. Joining us now to tell us more about this credit is Jeffrey Almanzar, Senior Tax Partner at the Commission Ent L.L.C. Welcome, Jeffrey. Always nice having you on the show.
Hello, hello. Hi, Sonyi. How are you?
Doing well. So let's jump right into it, Jeffrey. What is the expanded child tax credit? How much is it? And how often will eligible families receive this credit?
Okay, so it's called the Advanced Child Tax Credit. So basically, the advanced part means that it's pretty much an advance on your refund for the tax year of 2022. So in 2022, you're going to be filing for your 2021 tax refund. So part of that advanced tax refund, they're going to retroactively take it away from your refund that's coming in next year. But being that we're already halfway through the year, they're not really going to go ahead and take away your full tax refund. They're just going to, I guess, just subtract the amount that you're going to receive. So for children that are under 5 years old, you should be receiving about $300 a month. And then for children above that age, you should receive about $250 a month. So if you really do the calculation, people would be receiving a total of $1,800 a month for kids. $1,800 for the whole rest of the year, which is 6 months. So that'll be about $1,800. And then for kids above the 5 years of age, would be the $250 times the 6 months. So that'll be about $1,500. I'm sorry if I'm throwing too much math out there, but I want to make sure that people know the numbers and know exactly what to expect. And there's also an option to opt out. So if you're the type of person that rather have all your money in full and wait to file your refund for next year, then you can also do that as well. You can go into the IRS website and you can opt out, so they won't give you the money, and then you'll just receive your full refund come tax season. So, you have the options to do that.
Got it. No, thank you for the numbers. That's why we invite you here, Jeffrey, so that you can break it down for us. Because a lot of times it can be confusing. One of the graphics we showed says $3,000 to $6,000 for, but it doesn't specify that that's for the year. So it's important to break it down and say this is how much you're going to receive per child per month. So that people aren't like, wait a minute, they said I was getting this much. So thank you for that. Now, can we emphasize who qualifies for this credit just once again in case someone's tuning in?
So anyone that received the child tax credit on their previous year tax return would qualify for this advanced child tax credit. Unfortunately, if you gave birth to a child during this year, then you didn't file with that child last year, so you wouldn't automatically get it because the IRS has no idea that you had this child. Another thing I wanted to make you aware of is that the child tax credit last year was only $2,000 per child. So they actually raised it to the $3,600 that you see for the children below 500, and then $3,000 for the children above 5 years old. So it's a big jump in the credit. So regardless, you're going to get a higher tax refund. And it also pertains to your income level. So depending on your family, depending on how many children, depending if you're married, you have different income thresholds that'll make you qualify for those child tax credits to qualify for the
Okay.
for the
And
money.
Jeffrey, just to clarify, did families who have to file income taxes in order to be eligible for this child tax credit?
So right now, there's different types of qualifications, but there is a link on childtaxcredit.gov that you can go on, and you can go ahead and see if you qualify for it as a non-filer. And then they'll ask you a series of questions to see if you qualify, the age of your children, if you've been in the country for over 6 months, what your income is, and then you should be able to see if you qualify. And also if you file the 2020 tax return or not. So that link would be for those that didn't file a 2020 tax return. So you can definitely go online and see if you qualify as a non-filer.
Got it. Thank you for that, Jeffrey. So where will the IRS send the funds once, someone's been approved for it?
So if you did file a 2020 tax return, whatever direct deposit account they have online, that's the account that they will use. If you go on the website and you, for some reason, change the bank account, you can go on there and then you can go ahead and add your new bank account. And if you're signing up as a non-filer, that'll also be another one of the questions is where you want the funds to be deposited to. So you'll be able to add your banking information there.
Got it. Thank you for that. And do you know if this is a permanent credit? Like, are families always going to receive this credit, or is it a temporary thing?
So as far as the child tax credit, they raised it from 2,000 to the 3,000 for kids above 5 years of age, and 3,600 for kids below 5 years of age. At the moment, it doesn't say whether it's going to be permanent or not, but it definitely looks like it's going to continue for the year 2020, 2022. These laws and credits, they're all subject to change depending on the president and what's happening in government. So it's, some things stay forever, some things always change. So you have to be involved in knowing what's, in current events and taxes and read up on, what is going to be the differences of every single year. So every single year, you're going to see changes in the tax code. So as far as things being permanent, they're always subject to change.
It's definitely true that things are happening fast and like things are changing because of COVID too. I guess that increase happened because of the pandemic, correct, Jeffrey? Like that was something that the president identified as a need for families, right?
Correct. So, a lot of the people that lost their jobs, they were under unemployment, they have kids, they're, struggling to pay their rent. So, there's a little increase. We're able to help, a lot of these kids, and especially that during this pandemic, they were all home, and, that also triggers, more of a light bill, kids at home eating more, so they definitely needed the influx to be able to maintain these kids. And a lot of parents lost their jobs, so it's definitely something that was needed. So, with that being said, that's why you have the option. There's people that need the money right now. So they're going to go ahead and opt in to receive these funds as soon as possible. And then for those that were able to save some money, then they can opt out so they can get the refund when they file their tax returns in 2022.
Got it. So another big question for you, Jeffrey, come tax season, do families have to pay this money back? And is this credit taxable or no?
So credits are not taxable. And as far as it being paid back, basically what happens is they'll subtract it from your next year's tax return. So when you file your 2021 tax returns in 2022, they'll go ahead and pretty much subtract the amount that they have already given you in advance. So, it's not like you're paying it back. They're just subtracting it from whatever refund you're entitled to get.
Got it. And can you also share the importance of creating online accounts with the IRS? I know you help your clients create accounts and, you emphasize that in your business as well.
Right. So you always want to make sure you have an account with the IRS and you have an account with the state of New York, and definitely know the difference between the two. So the IRS is irs.gov, and the state of New York is tax.ny.gov. And you'll be able to see, all the tax years that you filed, if you owe anything, what information they have on you, what address they have on file. So you'll be able to always see your status and refunds and contact information. So it's very important to have your accounts online, and knowing the difference. So a lot of people this year, they receive refunds from the IRS because the unemployment, they went ahead and forgave the taxes that you had to pay on unemployment on the federal side, but New York decided to opt out of forgiving the taxes. So a lot of people ended up paying back New York taxes. And the influx of money that came in recently was from people that received unemployment, but they paid the tax. So now they're returning that money back to those taxpayers.
Got it. Yeah, that was my next question. How did that happen? The overpayment on unemployment. Now that we have you here, we want to take advantage and learn more about it. What exactly happened and how can people inquire about getting their money? Do they need the irs.gov account in order to find out more?
So they have your information already because you were receiving the money through the unemployment. So if you file for unemployment and you go onto your New York State unemployment website, you'll be able to pull your 1099-G form, which is the tax form you use to file your tax returns. So you'll be able to see if on the federal side you paid any federal taxes on that form. And also, when you first sign up to receive unemployment, they ask you the question, do you want to opt in for them to take out your federal taxes? Do you want to opt in for them to take out your state taxes? So for those taxpayers that opt in to have the federal taxes taken out of their unemployment, those are the funds that they are starting to receive back now. If when they filed their tax returns, that change wasn't made yet. So what they did is they pretty much eliminated the first $10,200 in income that you receive from unemployment, and then you pay taxes on the rest. So that's basically what it is. So if you receive up above the 10,200, then you pay the taxes on that.
Got it. Thank you so much, Jeffrey, for joining us again. We really appreciate you and your expertise on these topics.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure. And please feel free to contact me, and we're here to help.
Please provide your contact information. We'd love to share it with the viewers.
Yeah, you can go on our Instagram page, is commissiontax.com, and you can find that name for all our other social media handles. And from there, you'll be able to see all our other contact information and meet the rest of the team there as well.
Perfect. Thank you again, Jeffrey.
All right.
Again,
it was a pleasure, Sonyi. Thank you so much.
Again, for our viewers, if you want to find out if you qualify for the child tax credit, visit childtaxcredit.gov. You may be eligible to receive this payment even if you haven't filed taxes recently. Not everyone is required to file taxes, but please visit the website to find out if you are qualified. We'll be right back here on OpenBXRX Tuesday.